Yo, what's up, everybody? This is William from Before the Billions. Let me give a huge shout out to everybody who's watching the live stream right now and everybody who's watching the replay. Really appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. Let me go ahead and go to who has won the number one spot. If you guys don't know, the number one spot is something that I run on the Before the Billions channel whenever I see the very first comment within the chat. So let me say what's up to Wally. Really do appreciate you coming through, Wally. You have won the number one spot. Let me just highlight your comment right quick, and then we can go ahead and get started with today's topic. So shout out to Wally. Thank you so much for tuning in. You have won the number one spot. Coming for that number one spot. All right, man. All right, shout out to you guys. Shout out to Gaston's World. Appreciate you for coming through. And then also shout out to Tone. He says everyone in the A is growing their hair out. Yeah, man, it is getting cold out here. So that's one of the reasons why I started growing my hair out. Also, just to give a different look to what I wanted to do. So I wanted to discuss this video from Gilly the Kid. He's a rapper, been in the rap industry for many years, in hip hop industry, and he is somebody who runs a podcast called $1 Million Worth of Game. So with that, their podcast is supposed to be giving out free game, talking about finances and money, similar to Earn Your Leisure and I think it's called Social Proof podcast. All these other kinds of podcasts are all trying to give people the game. But what happens is that I'm seeing a trend on social media where there are a lot of people who are downplaying the opportunities that you get from going to college, for going to get your 4-year degree, your bachelor's degree, and talking about how it's a scam. And I see so many people saying that I wanted to address it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the video for you guys, and then I went to a conference, well, not conference, but it's an event I went to earlier this week called ATL Black Tech. So this was a one of the first tech events that I've attended this year. So last year I went to a lot of tech events, and the year before that I went to a lot of tech events. So I'm starting everything off with going to ATL Black Tech, which was at the Gathering spot earlier this week in Midtown Atlanta, over there by Georgia Tech, another college. All right, so let's go ahead and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this up, and then we go ahead and review this together. 1 second as I get everything set up. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it, this video, and then we'll go ahead and give our analysis as well.
Let me ask y'all this question. Is college overrated? I need to know. Because most of the motherfuckers I know that went to college is not successful. So, like, is college overrated? And if you go to college, you should go to college for something that when you fucking graduate, as soon as you graduate, they got a motherfucking check waiting on you. Because college starting to seem like it's over fucking rated out here. I just was talking to a motherfucker that did 6 years in college, but they boss ain't never been to college. How the fuck does that work? You got all these motherfucking degrees, but your boss graduated high school. Get the fuck out of here, man. College is overrated, man, in 2024, man. Motherfuckers I know went to college be struggling like a motherfucker, got all the degrees struggling. That shit overrated, man. Keep it all the way real with you, man. That's what I think. What y'all think? Right.
All right, so as you guys saw from that video, you had Gilly talking about how college is overrated in his own standpoint, right? The way he sees it, he sees a whole bunch of people who are struggling after getting a college degree or going to college, right? And then he brings up this story about somebody who he knows went to school for 6 years to get some kind of degree. We don't know what kind of degree it is, and their boss did not go to college. They graduated from high school. So I wanted to go over this because I see this far too often where people are saying like, "Oh, you can start a business, no college degree, just high school diploma, and you can be over all the other people with college degrees, and you can just hire them on." And you do see that within the world, like, hey, somebody who is a business owner is able to come up with enough funding and enough money to hire on somebody with a college degree. But what happens is that they don't express the context of how somebody was able to achieve having that much funding, having that much income for a business to be successful enough to hire other people. They don't bring up those types of things, how many sacrifices they had to make, how they had to, leverage whatever advantages they had in the marketplace or whatever mentorship. They don't bring up all of these other things, but they also don't bring up how the person who has went to school for 6 years and got their college degree and is employed by the person who did not go to college. They don't bring up that they're working a W-2 job and they are getting paid more than somebody who has no college degree. So they're getting paid more, and they can request for more money because the marketplace is saying, hey, people with college degrees tend to make more money than people without. And in addition to that, because they're a W-2 employee, they come with benefits and, so health benefits, eye vision, and dental. They come up with stock options. They come up with a lot of different things that you wouldn't be able to get as a business owner, right? You have all the weight on your shoulders when you're a business owner as opposed to somebody who is a W-2 employee. So I just want to make that point. In addition to that, Gilly is saying that college is overrated, but doesn't bring up any valid reasons other than one person chose to go this path and the other person chose to go this path. He says that people are struggling, but you see business owners or you'll see people who didn't get a college degree struggling too. And arguably you'll see them struggling in a harder way or a different way than what somebody else is. Because what happens is we are talking about two different tax brackets and income brackets and education levels. And let's say somebody who, and I'll go to some supporting documentation as well to show that it's a known fact that people who get college degrees tend to make more money than people without college degrees, simply because they have more to offer to the marketplace as far as skills, right? And this is outside of just tech. But if we're talking about specifically tech, it's actually easier for somebody to get into the tech industry by going the route of college, because even though you have a 4-year degree that you have to get, throughout your degree path, you have opportunities for internships to work with your career services department. You get opportunities to go to career fairs and all kinds of things. A lot of organizations partner with colleges. I'll give you guys a quick story about it as well. A company called NCR, or National Cash Register, they have a huge, beautiful building in Midtown Atlanta. So it's right down the street from Google, the Google building that is in Midtown Atlanta. And then also it's not far from the Microsoft offices as well. And there's a lot of large companies in Midtown Atlanta that have very high salaries that they hire people for. So National Cash Register, or NCR, I ended up going to a hackathon at Georgia State University, which is where I graduated. And then after I went to the hackathon, I ended up winning third place in the hackathon. With that, it was for NCR, and NCR invited me to be able to go and interview with them. I would not have had that opportunity had I not gone to Georgia State. I was able to see their campus and everything, and they told me is that they hire a lot of Georgia Tech graduates, and pretty much everybody who went there ended up going to Georgia Tech. I ended up getting an internship, not from NCR, but I got another offer to get it for an internship with Global Payments. And that was my very first internship. I had two internships with them. And I would not have had that opportunity to go there and get that internship had it not been for the fact that I was in college. So when somebody says, oh, people are struggling after getting their college degrees, it's true that there are some people still struggling, but they're struggling in a different way. So let's go in, and I'm going to explain the different way, but I wanted to show some supporting documentation as to why I wanted to do this video as well. So let's go ahead and let me share my screen again with you guys. All right, so cool. We have here, and let me share myself as well. All right, so here we have, this is from Burning Glass. I actually have worked with Burning Glass before. They help with doing resumes and all kinds of things from their website. It's specifically talking about like from a data engineering perspective. So I've actually worked with their APIs before. So it says this is sourced from Workday, which is another large company. You probably have run into Workday before when you were applying for jobs. So Workday report and Burning Glass Institute analysis. That's where this is getting sourced from. So a lot of companies on their career page, when you go to the career place to apply for a job, you'll go to like Workday or something like that. They'll have like a portal for it. You really can't get around it. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about this. So it says bachelor's degrees may provide greater career mobility. So as you can see, this graph here says the percentage of employees move to jobs with higher share of bachelor's degrees. And this is, as you can see, that as years of experience go up, yes, you can get more money as time progresses, but you see when does it overlap? So around 2.5 to 3 years is where it finally catches up with somebody with a bachelor's degree if you don't have a bachelor's degree. So you would need 2.5 to 3 years based off of this graph in order to kind of even catch up with somebody with 1 year of experience with a bachelor's degree. As far as the percentages of jobs. Okay, so it says only 5% of people with, let's say, 2 years of experience, around 2 years of experience, will be able to get the job, as opposed to somebody with 2 years of experience. It says I'll put it at like 12 to 13% that you'll be able to get with just 2 years of experience. Okay, and as you can see, as it grows, 10 years experience, you get way more opportunity with a bachelor's degree. Okay. With that, a lot of companies provide you with free college. So many of you guys may not know this. I'm going to pull this up on another screen right quick because I want to make this point. Give me 1 second, guys, as I pull this up. Because this is going to be important for this argument here. All right, so I'm going to pull this over. Did you guys know that even if you have like a low entry level position, that you can actually get tuition assistance from organizations as well? So I'm not going to, let's see. For the best experience, please choose the program you want to learn more about. So this is for the employees. So you're able to get tuition assistance. Let's say just for McDonald's, right? I just looked up something. And this is for full-time store managers, trainee, certified swing managers. So for their managers and supervisors and even some part-time employees, they offer tuition assistance, right? So when people say, oh, college is so expensive and stuff like that, you can get away with utilizing the company that you work for. Even if you have like I just chose McDonald's as an example. Let me pull up another one. T-Mobile. They have tuition assistance again for like T-Mobile, right? So I think it's kind of average, $5,250 per calendar year. So for a full year, they'll send $5,000 towards you being able to get your degree. And then also, I believe Walmart does too. Walmart to pay 100% of college tuition and books. Okay. So it says Walmart to pay 100% of college tuition and books for associates. The largest U.S. private employer commits to invest nearly $1 billion over the next 5 years in career-driven training and development. Okay? So I wanted to point these things out because, hey, there's so many opportunities. Imagine somebody saying, oh, yeah, you on average can make more money than a person with no college degree by getting a college degree, and you can work a low level job and then have your college tuition paid for. Like, why would you even, and this is like a job that doesn't require you to have any skills. So you can be an associate at Walmart with no skills at all. They'll just hire you on and you can go there. I think UPS even has it as well. It's a lot of organizations. Let me see, UPS. They also have it too. So UPS, I remember I was trying to apply when back when I was trying to be in the warehouse. Shout out to folks in the warehouse. Even in the warehouse, they give you opportunities to make more money, to save on your money for school. Okay. So, and they have tuition assistance, and it says a lifetime maximum of $25,000, and I think it's kind of an average that's $5,250 per the calendar year. Okay, so as you can see, it will be helpful to be able to utilize some of these opportunities if you don't have a college degree. Okay. So just wanted to point that out right quick, guys. So when Gilly says, hey, these people, they spent 6 years getting their college degree. But I'm like, hey, look, man, you have more opportunities for a job, in addition to also making more money. So let's go into the tech side of things, because I'm biased when it comes to college majors. Okay. So let's say we have two tables, or two lists. So for the first list, it says the highest paying college majors, and then you have the lowest paying college majors. Unfortunately, I know everybody makes this as a joke. Underwater basket weaving is not on the list. We have at the lowest is theology and religion for the lowest paying major. So believing in God does not pay you that much, unfortunately, right? Because I believe that pretty much everybody does. Not of course not everybody, but the majority of people in the United States do believe in God. So it's not really going to be paying you that much money. So $36,000 a year. Imagine getting paid $36,000 a year and having to live on that. This is before taxes. So you really not making much of anything with this type of degree. Now, of course, you can also use it for other things as well that probably can make you some money, because you have a lot of pastors who make a lot of money. So with that, let's go over to the highest paying ones. Chemical engineering is the top one, the highest paying college major, at $75,000 before taxes. And then computer engineering and computer science. I don't really know much more of a difference between computer science and computer engineering. I know it is vice versa. It's one of those things where they just wanted to have a separation between the two, even though they pretty much teach the same thing. Okay, so $74,000 and $73,000 per year. This is the degree that I got. I got my degree in computer science. So I purposefully went for a degree that made more money, but you have a lot of people who will choose an easy major, and then what they'll do is they won't have a job, or they won't have tuition assistance. They won't even apply for scholarships or internships and stuff like that. You have some people who go into college with a major that doesn't make any money, or makes the least amount of money as possible, and then they don't apply themselves for the things that they're spending their money on. They talk about college is so expensive. You can spend, I've seen people say they are in hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt, but they didn't apply for any scholarships. They didn't go to the career services department. But the thing is they have to pay for that every single semester. So you're paying for something that you're not utilizing, and then you're saying college is a scam because you aren't doing well in life. Well, how about this? You just utilize the services that you paid for. So to give you some more context as well, I used to work for the career services department at Georgia State University, and I had a great time. One of my favorite jobs is working at career services, because I was able and introduced to so many people. I was the guy who would work on resumes. I was a student ambassador. I would work on resumes with people, give them free resources, help set up the career fairs. We would help set up with the free photos, free professional headshots that you can use for your LinkedIn. In addition to that, they also had mock interviews, and I utilized the mock interviews. They have organizations come in who are trying to hire specific talent outside of just the career fairs, but they do have career fairs where large companies like NCR, Google, they have Amazon, they have so many different large companies. And some of the companies that will help pay for college go to these career fairs that these people are just not utilizing. And I wanted to, I know what you guys are going to say. So later on, I'm going to pull up a video. I kind of didn't want to bring it up, but I saw it earlier or yesterday, and it comes to my mind. So I will show it to you guys after I go through a few more of these slides. and I'll break that down as well, because I think it'll be useful to be talking about these types of topics. Okay, so the school choice as well also leads to the amount of money that you will be having to pay back. Obviously, public schools are going to be the cheapest. Private schools are going to be the most expensive. And when you see for-profit colleges are scams to me, right? Now, the reason I say that is because there are so many for-profit colleges that lose accreditation. And I'm talking about national accreditation, meaning you get your degree there, it won't mean anything. So those types of colleges are quite literally overrated in scams, especially like specifically talking about the ones who lose their accreditation and they won't be able to mean anything afterwards. But yeah, so you want to avoid those types of things. But then you also have the private nonprofit colleges, such as like a lot of HBCUs. So, as an example, you have Spelman and Morehouse in downtown Atlanta, Clark Atlanta University, Morris Brown. I think Morris Brown is coming back. Morris Brown is another college down here. It's the HBCU in Atlanta. I believe, because they closed it down, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that they said that they're coming back as well. So you have all these other kinds of colleges. You also have, I believe, some Ivy League schools are also private colleges as well. Very expensive colleges, but you're literally talking to the best of people when it comes to finances and opportunities. You have the best of the best when it comes to just money in general, right? Some of the richest people, some of the people who are some of the smartest people or the brightest. Specifically, like when people say, like, this argument about Mark Zuckerberg not graduating college, and they tout this as, oh, okay, well, hey, he was able to succeed and he's one of the richest people in the world. Oh, look at Bill Gates. He has no college degree. And, and what happens is you'll say these types of things. And what is the intent? What is the goal? So you want to be Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates, but don't know that they actually went to Ivy League schools. So they have some experience going to these colleges. It's just that they didn't finish getting their degree before they became rich. So I just wanted to point that out, is that they became rich before they graduated. So for you to tell others that they shouldn't go to college, or college is a scam or overrated because somebody else is successful, not everybody's going to be the same. And also in comparison is the thief of all joy. So comparing yourself to what somebody else did that's not reproducible. You can't reproduce Facebook or Meta. You can't reproduce those types of things because it's already happened, and the marketplace is not the same as it was back when it was first created. It's not like you can go back to the early 2000s and then create another Facebook or another MySpace. Those types of things have already sailed. Now, let's move on to the next topic. And also one more point too is that you have people who have this is the percentages of students who borrow federal student loans. Federal student loans are way better than getting an unsubsidized loan. So federal student loans are usually called subsidized loans, or they have subsidized loans, and those are going to be the ones that have the lower interest rate, so the lower APR. The lower the APR, the better. You have some interest rates going to like 5% or 4%. I was lucky enough to get mine at 4%. But if you get a student loan from a bank or from a private company or institution, then it's going to be way more expensive. Okay, so it's going to be 15% or 16% compared to that 4% or 5%. So you want to watch out for those types of things as well. But that also could be a reason why you see so many people who are frustrated with school, because the student loans that they chose are extremely expensive, right? But there are also a lot of alternatives as well, because schools also then provide scholarship offices on campus that you can go to, and you can sit in there and apply for scholarships. They give out free money every single year, and a lot of companies don't have people who are applying for their scholarships. So because nobody applied for the scholarship, nobody got the money. All right, so I think this is the last slide that I wanted to show as well. So it says these are some of the earnings based off of the type of degree that you have. So this one is the high school diploma, right? So this is if you get a high school diploma or a GED, this is how much money you should be able to make, right? Median. So median meaning is pretty accurate as to how much people are making. So it's around a little bit more than $800. Okay, this is back in 2021. So things may have changed since it's 2024 right now. It's been 3 years since this has been updated, but I think it's still pretty close. A lot of people working in a warehouse as temp workers, like I was at that point. I was still getting my degree, and what happened is I was making around $9 an hour. $10 an hour was a huge jump, and that was nothing at all to live off of. So I was making around this much before taxes, around like 800. Like if I worked a full 40 hours per week, then I was making about like 800, and then it'll go down to about like 5 something to 600 maybe. So the taxes take out a huge chunk of it, and you're really not making that much money at all. So $500 to $600 is how much, after taxes, I would expect somebody making with no college degree at all. Average or median, the median person. Okay. But you have people like Gilly saying college is overrated, and people with college degrees are still struggling. All right, here you go. You have your associate's degree, making a little bit more, closer to 1,000. It's like around 950. So I'll give it like 950. Making 950 before taxes. Bachelor's degree, you making around 1,300. So it's getting better. So this is the median person. So you can argue for more money and for more skilled work when you get your bachelor's degree. And then you have your master's degree, which is getting closer to that $1,550. So $1,550. That's how much the median person back in 2021. And this is the weekly earnings. So this is 40 hours. So after working 40 hours, you're making around $1,550 compared to a little bit more than 800. This is about like 800. I'll give it $810 before taxes. So even though you can make this much money, it really depends on how you spend it. But it is way harder to save money when you're only making around $500 to $600 after taxes, and then also having to pay bills or for living expenses. You almost quite literally have to live with somebody. if you are making this much money. Okay? And I'll just be honest with you guys. As a man, you want to be, I can only speak for myself as a man, but for men out there, it is extremely difficult to live off of just a high school diploma by just yourself. And if you want to be in control of your life and of yourself, you want to be able to strive to make more money, right? So I wanted to say that I can only speak for the guys, to be honest with you, but you know, I'm sure it can also apply to women as well. Okay, so I want to pull this up right quick, and I may make a video about this, but it's another video that I saw that really did bring this on. I really was like, you know what? I want to talk about this. Is relating to the topic, but hold on one second. I am pulling up this video right quick for you guys. Let me know what you guys think about today's topic as well in the comments as well. All right, so I wanted to go over this right quick, and I want to give as much respect as I possibly can for this video. So this video is from Textual Chatter on TikTok. So on TikTok, he is going to be discussing colleges and universities and how they are lacking. And I wanted to go over this specifically because as having experience working in career services, I wanted to shed some light on some of the services and things that these colleges provide, that even if you were to listen to this video, it pretty much does counter what is being said. I didn't want to go too hard on it. I just wanted to kind of bring it up and show what exactly is being discussed, and then also having experience with it, just have the conversation. Okay, so I'm going to play this video. Shout out to Textual Chatter. I've been on his platform before, and he is growing his platform to where I think he is, I want to say I think he's like around 30K subscribers. I believe so. Sorry if it's a little bit less or more, but I didn't have the number at my disposal at that moment. But let's go ahead and get into this video to discuss what is being said here.
You know why they not prepared? Because college don't prepare you to interview. College teaches you a whole bunch of random things, and unless you have like clinicals or something else where it's really showing you a certain skill set, they're not showing you how to interview. You got to learn on your own, and this is why some people may say college is a scam, because the real power of college is building up a network of people that will be like future managers, supervisors, business leaders, owners, you name it. That's the real benefit and perk of college. But if we're being totally honest here, it's not showing you how to interview. I didn't have an interview class. We had a business communications class, and that class didn't really help me. My resume was not that good. It was pretty much a high level general resume like everybody else's. It didn't cater to being in a technical role. And so that's one of the things. Of course, I struggle interviewing too. I didn't know how. Nobody's teaching them how. That's why I exist. I show college kids, I show people, early career professionals, mid-career professionals, I show them how to interview. So I don't like that. I don't like that. That's why I had to go big and get this off right here. That's crazy. Of course they're not prepared. So that's an indictment on the actual school system and not Gen Z. So I just want them really to just, like, do I have a hat by me? I was going to put a hat on.
All right, so let's go ahead and go back to this. So hopefully you guys were able to hear everything. But so that video is from Textual Chatter, and he's talking about colleges and how they don't prepare you for interviews and how you're not prepared for getting the job. And is not tailored towards a technical degree, or it's not tailored towards a technical job. So I'll just be honest with you guys, is that I disagree, right? Because you could say that about, like some colleges, right? I'm not going to say all colleges are really good at career services or offer it, right? But the college I went to, and I'm sure there's plenty of other colleges, so I can name a whole bunch of them too. I'll just name a few. So I went to Georgia State, had a fantastic career services department. I worked there, so I'm biased. Georgia Tech has a great career services department. Kennesaw State, I'm talking about colleges in Atlanta. Kennesaw State, I know for a fact, I've been there before, has a career services department. And then all the HBCUs in the Atlanta area, Spelman, Morehouse, Clark Atlanta University, they all have career services departments. So, and they offer similar things. So my point is, I listed some of the services that are provided by the career services department, that even if, right, and I'll give a quick story too, even if like a person's resume is general, we're talking about people who are 18, 19, 20, 21. We're talking about the majority of people, right, are going to be around in that age bracket, sometimes 22, like I was. I went to college for like 5 years. I took a victory lap. So you have people who are in those age groups, and this is the only time in life where you're all, really the last time, because all through, so K through 12, you have people your age group, and then you have college, which is really the only time in your adult life that you'll have people who are going to be around the same age as you, and also with the same intentions of getting a degree, right? So those are some things that college will do. So you're around a network of people your age, same mindset and intentions and goals, specifically talking about getting the degree in a particular paradigm. And what happens is you will be able to build a network, but then also you'll be able to go to these other services, such as the career services department, that provide mock interviews. So seriously, like if I go to the website right now, it will say, and I've done it before myself, but if I were to go to the Georgia State State University Career Services Department and just look at some of the things that they provide just for their students. Let me just show this right quick. Just for their students alone, they provide a lot of different services, such as, so you can see the student job search tools, co-ops and internships. Co-ops and internships you can't get unless you're in college. For the most part, I have seen one or two people being able to get an internship, but they had already graduated. But not necessarily that you can find a lot of people who can get internships without being in college. Preparation for grad school, if you do want to get that master's degree, and as you saw here, is that the master's degree makes the most. Not all the time, of course, because they do have some companies that do pay less for master's degrees, but those are usually the lower paying jobs. So if I go back, the lowest paying college majors. So you have a low paying college major with a master's degree, it doesn't really mean that you're going to be making a lot of money just because it's a master's degree. Okay? So just wanted to point that out. All right, so now let's go to this, right? Handshake is another thing. It's only available Handshake is only available for college students. So you are able to apply for positions only available to college students. So you're not going to have the competition of people all the way across the globe trying to get these types of positions. You'll have people within, your nation, so the United States or in your specific region, applying for an internship position that will then lead to you being able to get another job. So let me see. I want to, and also what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this right quick, and then drop the Zoom link as well, just in case anybody wanted to join in. So let me drop this as well. Let's see. So I'm going to drop the Zoom link, and then I'm going to call you guys up as well, so that way we can have a discussion about this. But I'll go through some of the other things that that Georgia State or these other colleges provide for you guys. So let's see. Invite. So this is the call-in link here. Okay. So if anybody wants to call in, I have dropped the link down below. And let's just go through this right quick, okay? So you have internships that nobody else can get outside of college students. You have free pictures. Here's some of the things that they provide, and they have it on several campuses. So you can just drop in, and you can do this for up to 2 years more than when you actually are actually going there. So you can graduate, and then you have 2 more years that you can go there, and then utilize these services. Just drop by your college. So it says you can get resume reviews, which is what I used to do. I used to get in trouble for doing resume reviews as well. And what I mean by getting in trouble is I would try my hardest to tailor make and help out people as much as possible with their resumes, because they trained me on how to do resumes and how to write them and what's the best practices. With that, because I was working so much with specific people, I could spend around an hour just explaining, like, hey, this is how you're supposed to set up your resume. Let's go ahead and go through some of the things that you can do. And they appreciated it. They appreciated the fact that I would sit there and spend my time to try and help them, to where I had people requesting me to come and help them with their resumes. They were like, oh, we need William. Is William here? So that's what they would do. And I have so the resume reviews. They have cover letters, professional headshots. They have career closets, so you can actually get free clothes for interviews. Any general questions about where you should go, you can call them and they'll answer your general questions about how to go about applying for different roles or getting a new position. You can then do appointments. So they help you with other things such as choosing a major, career planning, writing your resumes, searching for jobs, getting internships and co-ops, mock interviews, and graduate school planning. So we kind of went over that before as well. and they run a lot of events in addition to that. So the events that they would do, such as career fairs, the events they would do, such as teaching you how to tie a tie, right? They'll teach you how to tie a tie. They'll teach you how to dress for the workplace or whatever type of workplace you're going into. They'll give you the free clothes to do it as well. So there's a lot of things that happens within the career services department. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna go through the chat right quick, but before we go to the chat, I just wanted to show that because you can just look up all the services that they provide. And this is just one department. This is not the only way that you can get value from going to college. Now earlier in the video, earlier in the video, Textual Chatter talks about how, let's see. Earlier on in the video, he's talking about the real purpose of college. So let's start from the beginning.
Why they not prepared? Because college don't prepare you to interview. College teaches you.
So he says colleges don't prepare you to interview, but it's true that if you don't go to the departments that show you how to interview, you won't have a class on interviewing, right? You have to sign up for the classes. You also have to go out your way to go to the department to learn how to interview. They provide it, you're paying for it. Why not go ahead and utilize that service?
A whole bunch of random things, and unless you have like clinicals or something else where it's really showing you a certain skill set, they're not showing you how to interview. You got to learn on your own, and this is why some people may say college is a scam, because the real power of college is building up a network of people that will be like future managers, supervisors, business leaders, owners, you name it.
Okay. And then when he says, hey, you're building a network with future business owners and leaders and managers and stuff like that. So you're saying that the person who is thinking that college is a scam is introduced to all these high level people. Then why is it that you aren't able to become one of those yourself? Becoming a business owner, becoming a manager, you're networking with those people. So it seems like you're in a good environment to be able to prosper. So that's my overall point, is that you're in a good area to prosper. Why is it that college is getting beat down so much? So you had Gilly over there saying that college is overrated. You know, you have Textual Chatter who's saying that colleges don't prepare people. And then I'm gonna pull this this article up, and degrees, yeah, not required. So college degrees are not required. So this is from CBS News. It's talking about more U.S. companies no longer requiring job seekers to have college degrees. So this came out last year in 2023. I'll go over this video in a second, but I just wanted to show that this is what a lot of people are talking about as well. This is where a lot of these people are getting this narrative about college not being worth it.
There were new job numbers that were released today, and they came in better than expected. The monthly employment report shows that companies added 223,000 jobs in December, and the unemployment rate fell to 3.5%. While it was the second best year on record for jobs, there are still nearly twice as many openings as there are job seekers. So that has led some companies to drop a long-standing requirement a college degree. CBS's Christina Ruffini explains.
Growing up in the Bronx, Ashley Torres had never even heard of an apprenticeship.
A 16-year-old working at a corporate bank. I took a leap of faith, basically, yeah.
That leap landed her in Manhattan, making $25 an hour and learning on the job as an apprentice at JP Morgan Chase.
I don't think they should underestimate someone just because they don't have a college degree.
Tight labor markets and the skyrocketing cost of college are causing companies to take a second look at education requirements for many higher-paying jobs, focusing on skills instead. Ali Morano, head of JP Morgan's apprentice program, says firms need to rethink decades of diploma-driven recruiting.
When you start looking in different areas because of a socioeconomic background or because of how somebody grew up, you get people who are thinking differently, and that's what you need in a firm.
A recent study showed the number of job postings requiring a college degree began dropping even before the pandemic, a trend that could unlock more than 1 million jobs to workers without a college degree over the next 5 years. At Delta Airlines, around 85...
Before they continue on, I just wanted to point something out. Remember the slides I showed earlier today in this live stream? It says the Burning Glass Institute, which is also the same people who were talking about the opportunities for jobs that you'll be able to get if you have a college degree. So they did a study back in 2021, and then now all of a sudden 2023, 2024, now they're dropping degree requirements, and then you also saw the amount of money that you're able to make with no college degree, right? So what's going to happen, just based off of the Burning Glass Institute and the documentation that they put out there for the reports, you saw how much money the high school diploma was making. It was making around $810 a week before taxes. This is before taxes. So that means you're making around that much. What does it mean when you apply for a job that, let's say that you do get this job at JP Morgan? Are you able to leverage your high school diploma in the same way as somebody with a bachelor's degree or a master's degree? Are you able to make similar amount of money? And what I am speculating is that they're going to be dropping these college degree requirements, and then if you sift through all thousands of these people who are applying for that one particular position, you go through all of them, you get the job, and then now you're getting paid way less than everybody else. So what I'm thinking is that these companies are trying to get away with paying people less money to do this type of work.
Next 5 years. At Delta Airlines, around 85% of corporate jobs, including pilots, will no longer require a college degree.
For us, it's really about what you learn and what you know, not where you learned it.
And for Torres, that real-world training helped her get a leg up on the competition and a full-time job.
I'm not in a class learning the work. I'm actually doing the work.
Christina Ruffini, CBS News, New York.
Tonight, more than 30 million.
All right, so that was the end of the video right there. And I wanted to point out another thing is nobody is also bringing up the fact that it also takes maturity as well to be able to do these types of jobs. So, however you want to say it, mature or mature, but it takes those types of things. It takes experience of just life in general for people to want to give you more money. I had one of my directors tell me that because I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to say it. So they give opportunities to people who have just seen more stuff, right? They've experienced more things. And it's not just because, oh, you learned Python or you learned Java, right? Those things are important, but there are also things outside of that, such as being able to stand up for yourself. Though that's also extremely important when you are in the workplace, and also knowing when somebody is messing with you. Somebody, like, one of the best pieces of advice I received was on Struggle Security with Gabe Bay and Professor Black Ops, and they told me that no matter what, like, no matter how nice you are, people are going to try you, right? No matter how nice you are. So you also have to be able to be in the know of some of the tactics that people will be able to do. So I don't really see too many people who are, young professionals, 18, 19, 20, being able to stand up for themselves in the same way as somebody who is in their 30s or 40s, right? They look up to them for the most part, and you may feel a sense of imposter syndrome when you're going into a work environment, and it may be harder for you to stand up for yourself because of it. Okay, just wanted to make that point. Is not only about your age, but it does talk about the things that you've experienced in life, right? And let me tell you guys, is that I have experienced a lot of things so far. I'm only 28 years old at the time of this recording, but I have experienced people trying me. I've experienced being, let go from a job, and being disrespected and all those other kinds of things. But it takes you going through it in order for you to learn. So even though, let's say, the person in their video got a job at JP Morgan Chase, it's going to take them some time to be able to grow within the company, be able to learn a lot of those life lessons. But you also can learn a lot of life lessons as well by going to college. And that's another reason as to why you take elective classes. You choose the class. It's not that if you choose a bad degree, you're going to take bad classes. If you choose a good degree that makes a lot of money, and you elect to take classes that are bad, you're going to have bad classes. But if you go ahead and, as soon as you get through your core classes, then as soon as you get through your prerequisite classes, such as like English and stuff like that, as soon as you get through those types of things, you can then move on to your core classes. So for me, it was programming. A lot of my classes were programming, physics, mathematics. That's what I had to do a lot. Let me go ahead, and I have Tone coming up in the building. Let me let Tone up onto the stage. Let's see. Hey, Tone, how you doing? I don't know if it says connecting audio. I'll give you a second. Hey, sir, how are you doing? Can you hear me? Oh, hold on. Let me do this. Hey, can you hear me? No. Okay. Can't hear you on my side. Let me do it. Let me fix something in the background right quick. No. Yeah, can you drop down and come back in? and try and see if that'll work. Okay. Well, Tom, why we get your audio? I got you. Why we try to get your audio together? Okay, I got you. All right. And we go over some more of this article as well, because I've been seeing a lot of people talking about it, not only from CBS, but from other news networks as well. All right, so this prioritizing skills over diplomas, and yeah, diplomas like high school diplomas, right? Because you have 4-year degrees, you have associate's degrees, 4-year degrees, master's degrees, and then you have high school diplomas. So yeah, I'm 100% sure that they would prioritize you having a skill over you having a high school diploma. Okay, so it says, additionally, 45% of employers surveyed by the firm said they had done away with degree requirements for certain roles over the past year. 72% of firms said they prioritized candidate skills and experience over the diploma they had, according to ZipRecruiter. All right, and the opposite trend played out during the Great Recession in the late 2000s, when the share of job postings requiring a bachelor's degree rose from 12% to 20%. So I wonder why that is. Employers upskilled jobs and snapped up graduates on the cheap. Okay, so that's what happened back in the late 2000s, so 2008. So after the recession that we had in 2008, a lot of companies started asking for more skilled employees, and then they were actually able to get them for the cheap. So they didn't have to pay them as much. So you didn't have to pay them as much because they were in a recession, but you got more skilled talent, people who went through and were exposed to people around their age group, and also exposed and have created a network of people also doing the same thing. So just like how everybody was saying, like in the previous video, they said that the people who are business owners and managers and all these other things, they're able to get them for a lot cheaper back in 2008 in the Great Recession. Okay. So what I believe is that they are a few things. So first thing, when I see that companies are no longer requiring college degrees for certain roles, 45% of employers are getting rid of them. What I believe is going on is that they're trying to get away with paying people less. So, hey, this job doesn't require a college degree because it's not as intensive, right, for a particular role. So, hey, let's go ahead and get rid of that requirement. Then after they get rid of that requirement, they drop the wages that you'll be able to make for that particular role, even if you have a degree, most likely, because they could just get somebody who's cheaper. In addition to that, you have companies who are getting a ton of people applying for one or two particular roles within a company. So let's say they put out a job posting out on to all the major job boards such as Indeed, LinkedIn, ZipRecruiter, Monster.com, Dice.com, and all the others. Zapier, I think, is another one. So they have all these job boards that post jobs in addition to their internal or their company website career platform. So they have a ton of different people who are sending in data to the company, and the companies are utilizing that data in order for them to be able to market. They can market their products to people. They can market other jobs. You can have people who are looking for jobs at your disposal. Maybe they're not a good fit right now, but 6 months down the line or a year down the line, they may change to be a more skilled candidate and better for the role. So that's another reason as to why companies, I believe, are doing this move away from having college degrees. Okay? So with that, I don't see Tone came up, but I wasn't able to hear him. But I wanted to go through some of the chat that I see. Let's see. So we have. Let me highlight some of these comments right quick. I was just talking about struggle security. Talking about you got to peep the chat, man. Yeah, I'm peeping the chat, man. I just wanted to kind of go through my monologue, and then wanted everything to be flowing right before I stopped and looked at the chat. All right, so then struggle security says colleges don't show you how to interview. Most reputable universities have a career services department that assists with co-ops, internships, resume reviews, and interviewing. Most people just don't take advantage of the university's services. Exactly. And that's what happens is most people just don't go. Most people don't go and do anything with those types of services. All right, let me see. Shout out to Struggle Security. Shout out to the Tech Avengers. Tam says people get useless degrees because they can't do math. They also can't comprehend algorithms. If you don't tutor in math, if you don't get a tutor in math, you're not doing engineering. Math training starts early. If you don't have problem solving skills, you are not doing math or engineering. It's interesting that you say that, Tam, because you have a lot of people who don't know math and they try to go the longer route of being able to get a degree, to get a job in tech, which is they may learn how to code, but they skip all the other education that college teaches you. What college does and what really courses, colleges, any kind of class, it is structured in a way to teach you things that you do want to know and teach you things that you don't want to know, specifically so that way you are able to gain a certain skill or the knowledge and information that a skill would require. Okay? So that's another thing. So if you don't gain the problem solving skills from, just like how Tam said, from taking a math class, at least trying to learn some math or learn algorithms, it's going to be harder for you when you actually do try and get one of these types of jobs, which is why a lot of jobs require degrees. But you see a lot of people saying, oh, well, you don't need a degree to get a tech job, which is true. You don't. For a lot of tech jobs now, they're starting to not require degrees. But I wouldn't tell people to not get one. I would say if you're able to get one, go ahead and get a college degree. I would say that would be the best way in my own opinion, but I'm also biased because I went and got a 4-year degree and it helped me out tremendously. To where I'm able to talk to you guys with the PC that I built in my own house that I paid for. Now I'm paying for. So that is, I've been able to benefit tremendously from being able to go and get my college degree, and I've gained a return on investment. It's very quickly. Okay. Let's see. All right, so we got this. So we got Tone all day says CDL changed my life. So you got certified driver's license. I believe it's what CDL stands for, certified driver's license, where you can be able to drive forklifts and trucks and other large vehicles. It says CDL changed my life. I'm just trying to step it up with cybersecurity, but CDL is good money. I agree with you. I agree that it is good money, but I do also want to point out, and I've looked this up before, is that truck driving has been ranked as the most dangerous job. Okay, so let's see. We do have somebody coming up in the back. Let's see. We got Tone coming up in the back. Let's see if the audio is working. Try one more time, Tone. I wanted you to, if you can hear me, I wanted you to be able to discuss this as well. I know that you said that you were trying to learn cybersecurity. Tone, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yes,
you
sir.
hear me?
Yes, sir, I can.
All right. No, the reason, forgive me, the reason why I wanted to say this, right, is nothing against Gilly. We from the same hood. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Even though I live in Atlanta right now, and, you know, I'm down here because, you know, I bought me a couple of trucks and yada, yada, yada. Because Atlanta is one of the best places to do trucking from.
Right.
Whole time, thanks to you, Anton, and Triple OG, Professor Ops, I'm going to school for cybersecurity. So that's how I wind up being in your world. So, because, you know, I'm just tired of the hustle. I'm from Philly. I've been hustling all my life since 12 years old. I just want to have a nice, go to school, get a degree, do my 8 and skate. So here it is. What I'm saying, when I seen that thing with Gilly, it's like this. You a failed rapper. All right, he's popping now, but he's a failed rapper. He's a failed hustler because he got caught with all them pounds of weed. Him and his wife. All this stuff could be Googled. And he wouldn't know nothing about podcasting if not for Wallow telling him what to do when he got out of jail. He never knew how to resources the people that he knew. He's famous because he was a rapper. He's in that world. So he knows Shaq. He knows this, that, and the third. How many people in Philadelphia or anywhere in the world in the black community got them contacts? So of course he could say, yeah, I mean, I got $100 million and I'm hiring people that got degrees. That ain't the way to go. But that's not for everybody. And you can't, that's poison if you send it to all the kids in the community. That's what I'm upset about. Because everybody thinking the only way out is rap, sports, or if you do go to college, people don't go to college for the right shit. They go to college for like, I'm going to college to party. I want to get away from my parents. And I'm going to get a social worker degree. Then, yeah, of course you're going to get out of school and you're going to be working at Walmart. If you got a bum-ass degree, you always wanted to party. You never took the time to study and all this stuff. Man, listen, like, when I was up here in Philadelphia, right? I'm up here in Philly right now. Because I'm, you know, I bought in the New Year's with my mom and I never left since. right? I get back to Atlanta when I get back to Atlanta. But this is the thing. It's this Chinese guy, right? That, cause I do my studying, I get away from my family when I want to do my studying because I'm prepping myself for what's the next to come, right? Mm-hmm. And he got a flip phone. He don't want no distractions. So I'm like, wow. You know what I mean? He like, man, I'm not letting my parents down. He told me that. Mm-hmm. He like, I'm not getting disowned because he's half hip hop, he's half traditional. You know what I mean? But he know the mission. So yeah, school is great, but school don't dictate what you want to be. School is like, here go the opportunity. What do you want to do with it? All right, say hip hop. Hip hop gave Jay-Z a chance to become a businessman, right? Mm-hmm. Hip hop gave Young Buck an opportunity to not pay his taxes. It's an opportunity. It's all about what you want to do with it. So it ain't a scam. If you got that mentality that college is a scam and you don't take advantage of it, ask why the 3 people that made Google. They met up in college. Now all the rappers, a content creator, we on the platform that they created right now. Because they linked up and said, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna sell it and we're gonna be multi-millionaires. Da, 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 da. Mm-hmm. It's all about what you make it. And that's how come I'm like, me being in Philadelphia right now, I'm gonna keep it honest. I realized why I left Philly in the first place. Because the mentality, the Gilly mentality, you got Temple, University of Penn, Drexel. We don't got black colleges up here because that's all down south. But oh no. We got Cheney, we got Lincoln. You know what I mean? We got opportunities up here.
You're right.
Do you want to take advantage of it, or do you want to be a Meek Mills, be a rapper? And like being a rapper, you like one out of like a 10,000 pool. Who's to say you pop? If you want to be an athlete, look, it only been less than 6,000 people that have been in the NBA ever since the NBA started.
And also, Tony, in addition to that, is a lot of the time you have to go to college. You at least have to go in order to be able to get into like football or play in the NBA.
Yeah, all this NIL stuff just started. The thing is, like I said, I texted earlier in the chat. All black people want to do is rap. All right, rap, sing, entertainment. You got entertainment, hustle, and some other goofy shit. But everything is microwave.
And dance.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like if you like right now, I was a truck driver, right? My thing was do what you got to do so I could provide for my daughter. Da, da, da. But now I made sure she got her college degree. You know what I'm saying? So she gave me the green light, and she's my champion. She's like, Dad, get your degree. You know what I mean? I'm at the point I can't let her down. More so myself. But it's like, college is it. College is it. Like, yeah, you can start a business and all that stuff and whatever, but me, when I learned about tech, that's my thing. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. when I'm driving my truck, I'm active at the time. Now I do forklift stuff because I'm doing a school thing, so I'm local. But I'm driving my truck. I'm making like 90 grand a year, and he was like, what he had underneath the high powered men or whatever. It was the Henrys.
Yeah, Henrys, right?
Yeah, and I was like, damn, I'm a Henry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm damn near, I'm 40 something. I'm a young boy. You know what I mean? Some people take offense to that, but some people like that's a whole. Let me reset my clock. You know what I mean? So this is the one thing I like about Atlanta. When I was dating females, you don't know who you date because I make 90 grand. I'm in the game, so I could meet like TV producers and you know what I mean. I could be in them same rooms. So when I met chicks that was in tech, and I'm like picking them, I'm like, yo, I thought that was for nerds. They was like, no, it's not, because it's a black city.
Mm-hmm.
It gave me a different look of how, because Philly is segregated. White people ain't gonna give you the game, and like if you around black people don't aim for the stars. Let's keep it a beam. They don't aim for the stars. They want the regular shit. It's like they aim for the stars if they got a kilo and they like, yo, I want to be the biggest drug dealer in the world. But nobody go to school and be like, yo, I want to utilize all the school stuff. That's the reason why Gilly is stuck in what he's stuck in. Because that's how Philly people think. I'm telling you, as somebody that's from Philly.
Right. And so I got a question for you too. So the question is what do you think the biggest benefit of going to college is?
The biggest benefit is networking. Yeah, I mean, other than that, after that, because but see, now you got two things. You got online and you got brick and mortar. So if you brick and mortar, networking, because I'm online, but if I'm in Philly or even if I'm in Atlanta, all right, you live in A. Right. I live in Beachhead. So I'm right next door to Georgia State. Mm-hmm. So I do my studying at Georgia
State?
Georgia Tech. Okay. So I use their library and I get cool with the kids over there because they see my grades. They're like, damn, over here trying to make it happen. They respect that. They respect education versus if you be in a hood and they respect money. You dig what I'm saying? So being as though I'm in that world right now where I want to go to college and live a college life, I be around college kids. Now, if I'm in Philadelphia, I go to Temple University and I study at the library. So they be like, what up, OG? Da, 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 da. You know what I mean? We go half on pizzas, we bust down the pizzas and all that. And we be chilling. So that's networking. Because if they go ahead and be like the CEO or whatever, they got my phone number. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Or the second best thing, because I had to give you the two ports because I'm online and I be at brick and mortars. The second thing is the internships. Mm-hmm. You can't lose with the internships. Yep. Everybody talking about, I heard it earlier when they was like, well, my resume and da-da-da-da-da-da, but you could go to the local library and learn how to do your resume. Yeah. Learn how to interview. So, and it's just all about knowing what you learn. They know you coming fresh out the. They know you coming fresh out the situation, so you talk like you have some sense. You know what you're doing. It's like as a truck driver, as a rookie, I didn't know everything about truck driving, but when they be like, okay, you know enough so I could trust you with my truck, that's anything in life. So if now if you're 22 years old and you scared, now I understand that at my age, I got more confidence.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I dealt with the world. But if you like, you graduate, what, around 22 when you first out of high school? Yeah, if you scared, it's just like, just take some classes and just have like, talk to your teacher. Just have an OG or somebody that can really just a mentor, somebody that can steer you the right way. And that's the only thing that I can say. It's like the networking and the resources that you could use from college, because you can't be living in Bankhead or Mechanicsville, North Philly or South Philly, and expect these dickheads to give you game on life, on your new chapter in life. You know what I mean? It's
and
like...
And then, Tone, in addition to that, Mechanicsville is right down the street from Georgia State. It's like if you just go straight down one street, and then you right there on Central Ave. Yeah. And right there in Mechanicsville, it's right there in the hood. You can walk it. You can walk to Georgia State.
But it's so many things that you can do down Atlanta that it's like pick and choose what you want. You know what I mean? You got programs such as let's talk about Atlanta, since you know me and you can relate to that.
Right.
You could get your forklift certification at Westside Works. You could be a CNA at Westside Works, right? That's all for Joseph B. Lowry. So people don't want to do that. Then you could go to Atlanta Technical Institute.
Yep.
Pick your trade. You could be a plumber, CDL license, whatever. It's at people beckon, but nobody want to do it. Then let's talk about art and design. Georgia State. If you want to go to Athens, University of GA, get that SEC degree if you want the top-notch joint. Tech. Like I said, Georgia Tech is right down the street from the hood.
Yep.
So it's like everything is at everybody beckon, but it's all about what people want to do. Because think about it, we was on lockdown. Well, down in Atlanta, but
right.
You really had 2 years of unemployment. 2 years of unemployment. $800 a week. All you had to do was just sign up for an online course.
Mm-hmm.
By the time the unemployment ran out, you had everything on your hands.
You had a skill. You know, at least enough to be able to say you're knowledgeable about it.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I'm like, even as a CDL driver, when I be having my moments where, you know, the world fall on me, that's nothing. But it's like, I was talking to my homie, he was like, yo, how many people that ask you for money ask you how you got your CDL license? I was like, no one. You know what I mean? They asked me for money, but they don't want to ask me how I got my CDL license.
Right.
And we ain't even talking about 4 years. The school I went to was only 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I came out making 50 grand a year. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's just some people, it's like they'd rather be broke for 10 years than wait to hit the lottery. And what if you never hit the lottery?
Mm-hmm.
You wasted your whole life.
Right. And so, Tone, wanted to ask this last question. about the Gilly the Kid video. So when he talks about how he knows a lot of people struggling with degrees, and I wanted to bring up, like, what is your thoughts on that statement? Because he leaves out the context. There's a lot of people without degrees who are also struggling.
All right, this is pretty much why it don't make no sense to me, because keep in mind he went to college and he was struggling before he hit that lottery ticket with that shit with bar stools.
I ain't know that.
That house he got in Jersey, his wife got that. You think what I'm saying? He was a SoundCloud. I ain't going to get into it, but he was a mixtape boy. He tried to sell weed, got locked up. Boom, 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 boom. He got scared of that, and he was just. I do my little shows and shit like in Erie, Pennsylvania, and da 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 da. That shit ain't gonna get you no house in New Jersey. He was living off his wife. So second of all, that's how come I really was like, me knowing all this stuff, it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
It's like everybody can talk big after they get the money. So hear what I'm saying. The stuff that he seen people do, he went to Cabrini College, right?
Mm-hmm. I've heard of that.
It didn't work out for him. So one thing I hate about people is if shit don't work out for you, excuse my language. If things don't work out for you, don't put it on everybody that it's not going to work out for them. Now you spreading cancer. You hear what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Now, Philadelphia is this type of city. I'm going to tell you what Philadelphia is. Philadelphia don't reach for the stars. I lived in Atlanta. I still live in Atlanta. I got property in Atlanta. But it's like, I never really reached for the stars as a truck driver or, owning trucks. Like I did living in Philadelphia. Because Philly is a blue collar city. Atlanta is like, look in the mirror, you black, you a king. Take over. This is your beckon. You know what I mean? This is for you. It's a different mentality. So, and with all them schools like College City, how you got Spelman, Morehouse, Morris Brown got their accreditation back.
Right.
It's lit down there. So that's a whole, once again, networking. That's a whole pool of pot and people that network. Like Atlanta is a city that have, for the past 40, right now it's like 50 years, nothing but black mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it was male or female. Shout out to Keisha Bottoms. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it just raised you to be great. Philadelphia don't raise you to be great. Philadelphia is work for SEPTA. SEPTA is our version of MARTA. Okay? Public transportation. That's like the we get a city job, become a CNA, and then chicks become CNAs, but they don't even try to be a registered nurse. They be CNAs for like 14 years and be proud of this shit. So it's like, or be a forklift driver, because housing in Philadelphia is cheap. Now they're about to get hit with the big bang because gentrification is hitting Philadelphia right now. Mm-hmm. So now it's going to be some old step your shit up type shit that people in Philly never had in their life. And I try to warn them about that. But that's what Gilly know. And Gilly is stuck in that. And a lot of people is stuck in that. Where it's like, yeah, I went to college, but college didn't work out for me. You don't go into nobody's office at an interview and just toss your credentials on a resume and say, all right, I know you want me. This is a competitive sport. You know what I mean? Life is competitive. So if you're going to school I don't even like the guy too much, but I kind of respect everything he say. I ain't talking about Gilly. Anton Daniels.
Gotcha.
He say if you go to school for a basket weaving degree, and he kind of copied that off of Kevin Samuels. That's real shit. It's like you go to school for STEM, or even if not that, finance. Look at Pocket Watching with JT.
Yep.
Finance or lead attorney. He went to school for law. People go to school for serious stuff. If you're going to school to be a social worker and you want to be at every party, you want to roll up weed in your dorm, you want to just be him on the campus, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's like you pick your poison. You pick what you want to do. If you want to be great, go to school for something great. If you want to go to school just for the sheer fact that you did it, hey, don't be mad at your results in the end. So not to be super long-winded, but that's how I feel, man. It's like for real, and that's the thing about Philadelphia. Philadelphia don't really have no hopes and dreams. You got some people, but some people just go to school for the sheer fact that they went to school.
Man, Tone, I appreciate you coming up here and dropping that knowledge, man. But yeah, I agree with you. I think that overall, if you want to be great, you got to do things that are great. You got to go out there and, if you're going to go to college, get a degree in something that will give you the return on investment. And a lot of people need to hear that. Not, I hear that college is overrated or they don't prepare you. That's like the last thing that people need to be hearing. So I appreciate you, Tone, for go ahead. You're gonna say something?
No, I'm just saying. It's just like anything in life. It's like, let's just say we was kids shoveling snow, right? If we kids shoveling snow. Now, if I come outside and I got gloves, scarf, hat, hoodie on, all that, I'm prepared to be out there all day to get all the money I could get. But if I'm just like, all right, let me put on some gloves, I got my hoodie on, and I just want to make enough money to get a pair of Jordans. They're just enough mentality. Mm-hmm. That's what people do in college. I just want to do just enough. You know what I mean? So, of course, if I'm all bundled up and I'm up here from like 6 in the morning to 6 at night, and I make more money than you, and you got enough money for your Jordans, don't be mad at me. That's college.
Yeah.
Nobody is going to tell you and spend. That's the thing about college. You go out there and you by yourself. You want a real world. You pick and choose who you want to be around. If you want to be an alpha, if you want to be a cute dog, whatever. All that is at your own thing. You know what I mean? Or if you don't even want to be no fraternity or sorority, it's everything. This is all the opportunity we could give you. Take advantage of the opportunity. You a student. Everything is open to you. Now, if you just want to go ahead and just attend your classes, halfway study, smoke weed, fuck bitches, do the dumb stuff, make babies, you're not going to get nothing out of college. You're only going to get nothing but a bill.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. That's the mentality you got to understand. Like, even though Gilly got a voice, because, he got that contract, he got the podcast. This is a 50-year-old person talking about free thug. That says enough. I ain't saying let the boy be in jail, but I'm like, as a 50-year-old man, if he terrorized the streets of Atlanta, let's see if he really did it or not, because everything right now is allegedly. I'm not rooting for nobody to come home after they.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like some people you can listen to, some people you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Gilly is not somebody to listen to.
Yeah.
Come on now. His brother did 20 years in jail for being a dickhead. How he came home being so smart? What game can he give you? When you've been out here out of trouble, you went to school, you got your life together, this, that, and the third. What game can he give you?
That's a good point. But so, Tone, I appreciate you for coming up here, man. And then I look forward to having more conversations with you on here, man. Just wanted
to. You got man's pots and pans. It's just like, I be busy studying and working and stuff, but we'll get to it.
Yes, sir.
And I'll be more presentable. I just got off the truck. I just came from Iowa.
Gotcha.
Get my hustle on. You know what I mean? Driving them trucks, so
All right. Thank you so much, Tom.
Presentable next time you see me.
Gotcha. All right, I'll talk to you later, man.
All right, much love, man.
Much love. All right, so that was a great topic and discussion with Tone all day. Overall, we went over so much in the last 30 minutes of this live stream. Thanks to Tone, he brought up a lot of perspective. I didn't know much about Gilly the Kid when I came up with this video. I've heard of him before. I looked up a little bit to see, okay, he was a rapper before. And, I didn't really know much about him other than he was on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. And he had this video talking about college not being worth it. So when I see that, I automatically want to think about it and say something. But when Tone gives all this perspective, saying, should we actually be listening to the advice that somebody who went to college and then didn't receive the benefits that they thought that they should have received, and telling other people that college is just overrated? Well, if you went to college, you didn't do well in college, and then now it's all colleges are worthless or a scam. And then also you do have people who will go in there and they are selling things, and college is their competitor. So I did a previous live stream before, and I asked the question, why is it there's so many tech courses and boot camps and people on social media talking so lowly about college degrees? And it's because they are in direct competition with colleges, because they have a course or they have a boot camp themselves that they are running, and if everybody goes to get a degree, they won't need to take their course and or boot camp. They are, what's going on is they say, oh, well, not a lot of people are having college degrees, why not just go to Bethel Tech? The boot camp for Christians. But then this is all coming from Anthony O'Neill on the previous live stream I did called the New Tech Grift, where he talked about Bethel Tech, the boot camp, saying that the reason why the black community can't close the wealth gap is because they don't have college degrees, and then tells them instead of getting a college degree, go to Bethel Tech because that's one of his sponsors. Let's just go ahead and be honest here. Hey, I need people to not go to college or not think that college is a good option because I'm selling them something else that is in competition with getting a college degree. That's what that is. They're in competition with the career services department. They're in competition with getting a 4-year degree. Just like how I did a previous live stream, and one of the girls off of Twitter was talking about telling people to lie on their resume, but charging people to do their resume for them. So you're charging people to do their resume to help them get a 6-figure job, and then you told them to lie. Why would somebody have to pay you for you to tell them to lie on their resume? Doesn't make sense. So overall, I wanted to talk about this topic. I'm going to be coming out with some more content as well. I'm going to be posting up another short as well, talking about my experience going to ATL Black Tech earlier this week, where I saw a fantastic panel, but they were talking about the same subject I'm talking about now on my YouTube channel, and it is fantastic to hear that other people are feeling the same way, specifically about the social media just tearing down college, but then promoting tech as this cool and easy way to get in and get 6 figures. Okay, so I appreciate everybody for tuning in to the live stream, and also all the people who will be watching the replay. Also, guys, please go ahead and check out BeforeTheBillions.com so that way you can join the mailing list, and also you have a link to the Discord as well, so that way you can talk with me or anybody else within the BTB squad. I would really appreciate it if you guys also hit the like button, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and also hit that bell notification icon if you want to be notified whenever I make new videos on YouTube. Really do appreciate you guys, and I will see you all on the next one. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I really do appreciate it.